Hey, have you ever noticed that when you walk into a running store these days, the first thing that catches your eye isn't the design or the flashy colors? It's the thickness of the sole. It's so thick that sometimes I have to stop and think to myself, damn, am I going for a run or am I preparing for a moon landing? Do you remember? Back in the day, like 10 or 20 years ago, the trend was all about minimalism. The thinner, the better. The closer you were to the ground, the more of a superhuman you felt. It was like you could feel every grain of sand, every pebble under your feet. It looked cool, raw, and authentic. But look at us now. That mass of foam under our feet is getting thicker every year. It's growing so much that some models, from a distance, look like someone's wearing platform shoes to go for a jog. And I've been wondering, where does this thickness actually end? Just imagine if we took today's 2026 technology and put it next to a pair of running shoes from our grandfather's era. It's a completely different world. It's like putting a spaceship next to a wooden cart. And you know what the weirdest part is? We just accepted it. We see people walking around with 4 to 5 centimeters of foam under their heels, and we say, yeah, looks good. When in reality, it's actually quite bizarre that we feel the need to put something so massive between our feet and the earth. I honestly wonder who started this. Who was the person who walked into a board meeting and said, hey guys, what if we just stuffed another inch of foam in there? And everyone else in the room just agreed. Yeah, let's do it. The higher, the better, right? And why did we believe them so easily? Sometimes I sit there staring at my own shoes, asking myself, is the world getting harder? Is the pavement more painful than it used to be? Or have our human feet become so weak that we can't handle the touch of the ground anymore? Don't you feel like having our feet float further and further away from the earth is like we're disconnecting from nature? Are we becoming a species that's actually afraid of touching the ground? And that height, it comes with this weird sense of confidence. The moment we put on these giant foam blocks, we feel like we're instantly better runners. Even though it's the same legs, the same muscles. Or could it be that the thickness wasn't actually designed to absorb shock, but to trick our brains into feeling safe? The more I talk about it, the more I wonder if someone came out tomorrow with a shoe that had a 10-centimeter thick sole and called it the latest innovation that makes you run like you're floating. Do you think people would buy it? I bet they would. Because we've all become addicted to this height under our soles. Think about it. If one day we had to go back to those thin, flat shoes from the past, would we even know how to run anymore? Or has our natural running instinct been buried deep under all these layers of foam? Why, man? Why does it have to be this thick? Why does it have to be this high? And how much higher will it go next year? Can someone please tell me if we're actually evolving? Or if we're just getting lost under these ever-growing soles? Be honest. Don't you find it weird that the better, more expensive, and softer our shoes get, the more we hear about people getting knee injuries, plantar fasciitis, and all sorts of pain, even though the soles are now as thick as a mattress? Or could it be that this very softness is tricking us into hurting ourselves? Doesn't that seem strange to you? This is what keeps me up at night. When the sole gets so thick that you can barely feel the impact from the road, doesn't your brain get confused? It's like walking on cotton candy. How are you supposed to know how much pressure to apply? I've been thinking the human body is designed brilliantly. We have muscles and tendons that are meant to absorb shock naturally. But when we put these magical foam blocks under our feet, getting taller and thicker every year, it's like we're telling our bodies, hey, you don't need to work anymore. Let the foam handle it. And then what? When muscles don't work, they get weak. Our natural instincts just disappear. Then, the day you wear normal shoes or take one wrong step, boom, you're injured. Why? Because our feet have become like babies who can't walk without a thick nanny supporting them. Have you seen photos of marathon runners from the old days? Their shoes were so flat they might as well have been sandals, yet they broke world records. Now look at us. Just walking to the convenience store requires the thickest soles because we're afraid of a little heel pain. I'm sitting here scratching my head. Are we developing technology to actually help us? Or are we developing it to spoil ourselves and make our bodies weaker? And that word, support, that every salesperson loves to use, have you ever questioned it? Is it actual support? Or is it just a comforting word that makes us willing to drop hundreds of dollars? Because By the laws of physics, the higher you go, the less stable you are, right? Try standing on a ruler vertically. It's harder than standing on flat ground. So as soles get taller, companies have to find another technology to fix the problems caused by that height. They add carbon plates or they make the base as wide as a boat, just to keep us from tipping over. Wait, don't you find that hilarious? We create a problem, height causing instability, and then we pay extra for the solution, carbon plates and extra width, to patch it up. Why don't we just go back to the simple beginning? Is it because simplicity doesn't sell? Is it because there's no story to advertise as? Spacecraft for your feet? Imagine if tomorrow, big brands stopped making thick shoes and said, just run barefoot, it's actually better. How would they make any money? I'm not saying thickness is bad, but it's starting to feel like too much. I'm wondering, where is the limit of this thickness? And where is the limit of our feet's frailty? Higher, thicker, softer. But where did the truth go? What about you? Do you feel like your feet are getting weaker because of your favorite pair of shoes? At this point, I'm not here to judge, but I'm wondering one thing. Are we using our shoes, or are our shoes just spoiling us? Think about it. If you had to go back to those thin, hard soles from years ago, would you even feel like going for a run today? Or could it be that you don't actually love running anymore? You're just addicted to the comfort that these giant foam blocks provide? This is the most interesting part for me. When we talk about the thickness of running shoes, it's not just about science anymore, right? It's become a matter of belief. One person says, thick is the way to go, man. It's like having springs in your feet. Another says, no way. It's too mushy. It makes my calves ache. But think about it. Is that feeling of bouncy or mushy actually coming from your feet? Or is it because you've read so many reviews that your brain is just telling you what you're supposed to feel? I wonder if we blindfolded a runner and had them switch between thick and thin shoes without telling them the brand or the price, would they actually be able to tell which one is better? What I really want to know is your perspective, because I believe everyone has a different story. Some of you might be Team Thick, and it changed your life. Maybe your knee pain vanished and you hit a new PB effortlessly. Or maybe you're Team Traditional, and you think these shoes are a scam that's ruining the running form of a whole generation. There isn't one right answer on paper. The answer is in your feet. I don't want to be the only one talking here. I truly want to hear from you guys. Tell me in the comments, which team are you on? Team Thick, where you can't live without that foam? Or Team Thin, where you still trust your raw, natural instincts? Or do you have any weird experiences, like thick soles almost broke my ankle, or thin soles made me feel like I was running through sand? Share it with me. I want to know if this increasing thickness is actually helping you run better, or if it's just making your wallet lighter. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every single one, because my curiosity needs your answers. And if anyone wants to guess how much thicker they'll get next year, let's hear it. Let's talk like friends. No science, just pure feelings.